Morning students. So today we will be discussing electrolysis. So what is electrolysis? Electrolysis is the decomposition of an electrolyte in its aqueous or molten state when electricity is passed through it. Okay. So what is electrolysis? Electrolysis is the process of decomposition of an electrolyte. Okay. What is electrolyte? Electrolyte is simply a conductor. Okay. What is electrolyte? Electrolyte is nothing but a conductor. Okay. So the decomposition of an electrolyte, or we say the decomposition of a conductor in its aqueous or molten state. Okay. When electricity is passed through it, what does this mean? Aqueous and molten state. I am taking one example. It is NaCl, common salt. And we know this solid is ionic solid. Why this is ionic solid? Because this is formed, okay, between Na plus and Cl minus due to the electrostatic force of attraction between the Na plus means cation and Cl minus means anion. So there is strong electrostatic force of attraction between Na plus and Cl minus, and due to this strong electrostatic force of attraction, Na and Cl, okay, comes closer and get combined, okay, forming ionic bond and forms NaCl. It means NaCl is solid. Which type of solid? Ionic solid. And it is a property of ionic solid that ionic solids are bad conductor in solid state. Getting me? Ionic solids are bad conductor of electricity in solid state. Why ionic solids are bad conductor of electricity in solid state? Because if it is solid, then the ions, the constituent ions, okay, are so close to each other that the interparticle or interionic space in this case is, we say, negligible. Okay, means NaCl, Na plus and Cl minus is so close to each other that there is negligible distance between them. So if there is no distance between the particles of NaCl, means between NaCl, then they are not having distance to move. Okay, and so if there is no distance to move, then flow of charge is not possible, because if there will be distance, then flow of charge can take place, and if flow of charge is not taking place in solid state, then we say the ionic solid is unable to conduct. But what happens in aqueous or in molten state? Molten state means when heat is provided, then the solid gets melted, or aqueous means when it is dissolved in water. So in both cases what happens, if it becomes aqueous, means particles of NaCl, means Na plus and Cl minus, okay, gets separated by some distance, and due to the distance between them they can move freely, okay, and because Na plus and Cl minus can move freely now, they will conduct electricity. And that's why in the definition of electrolysis it is written the decomposition of a conductor or an electrolyte in its aqueous or molten state, not in solid state, not in solid state. Okay, so we will be discussing electrolysis of water. So note down and put heading electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water. Okay. For this process, electrolysis, one electrolytic chamber is needed. Okay. So what is this? This is called electrolytic chamber. What is electrolytic chamber? The chamber in which electrolysis is taking place. What is electrolytic chamber? The chamber in which electrolysis is taking place is known as electrolytic chamber. Second thing is, inside this electrolytic chamber, two electrodes are present. Two electrodes are present. These are electrodes. Okay. Now what is electrode? Electrode is of two types. One is called cathode and one is called anode. Get it? Electrodes are of two types, cathode and anode. Cathode are negative and anode are positive. Electrodes are also a type of conductor. Means electrodes are capable of conducting currents. Okay? Electrodes are capable of conducting current. Capable of conducting current. Okay. So electrodes are simply conductor, and electrodes are of two types, cathode and anode. Cathode is negative, anode is positive. So say this is cathode, and I told you cathode is negative. This is anode, and anode is positive, we have discussed. Okay, so one is anode, one is cathode, and we are discussing electrolysis of water. So water is present in this electrolytic chamber. So water is present in the electrolytic chamber. What is water? H2O. Okay. One more thing. Water. Water in pure state is a bad conductor of electricity. You have to note down one thing. Water or pure water is a bad conductor of electricity. Getting me? We have kept water inside this electrolytic chamber, and if it is water in pure form, in pure water, then it is a bad conductor of electricity. So to make it a good conductor, we are making it acidified. Okay, we are making this water acidified. Okay, so we have to make the water acidified. So how to make a water acidified? Simply dissolve some acid. Okay, dissolve some acid in the water. Means water plus acid is said to be acidified water. Why water is made acidified? Because water in pure state is not capable of conducting electricity, and to make it a good conductor, we have to add some amount of acid into it. Okay, and when we will add some acid into water, it will become acidified water. So the acid we are going to add here is H2SO4. So add here H2SO4. So we will say along with water, H2SO4, which is sulfuric acid, is present in the electrolytic chamber. Okay, means what? This one is electrolytic chamber, and this electrolytic chamber we have kept water, because water in pure state is bad conductor of electricity. So to make it a good conductor of electricity, we have added some traces of sulfuric acid into it. So we say water plus sulfuric acid is present in this electrolytic chamber. One more thing, we have inserted one anode and one cathode inside the electrolytic chamber. Now connect these anodes using a battery. So if it is a battery, you know, battery is symbolized in this manner. This is plus terminal of the battery, and this is This is positive terminal of the battery and this is negative terminal of the battery. Okay, bigger one denotes positive terminal and smaller one denotes negative terminal, and the connection is done in such a way that plus terminal is added with the plus. So plus will be added with the plus and minus will be added with the minus one. And we have connected a bulb here. If bulb will glow, then we will understand all these are conducting. Okay. Now we will start electrode. Now we will start to understand. Okay, what is electrolysis of water. Okay. So I am going to rub these things. Okay. See here, H2O and H2SO4. Two things are present in this electrolytic chamber. This H2O ionizes into H plus and OH minus, and this is known as self-ionization of water. This is known as self-ionization of water. Means water itself, okay, water itself ionizes or splits up into H plus and OH minus, and this is known as self-ionization of water, because water is ionizing, okay, on its own. So it is known as self-ionization of water. And this is sulfuric acid, and this is the property of an acid that when it is mixed or dissolved in water, the acid too ionizes. Okay, so H2SO4 is added in water, so H2SO4 is acid, and acid have a property to ionize whenever it is dissolved in water. So this H2SO4 ionizes into 2H plus SO4 2 minus. Right here it was. Got it? Very simple. I told you two things. Okay, I told you two things. Water ionizes into H plus and OH minus, and the acid we have which we have mixed with the water. Okay, acid have a property that whenever acid is mixed or dissolved in water, it gets splitted into ions. So H2SO4 also ionizes and produces 2H plus ion along with 2SO4, means SO4 2 minus. It is known as sulfate ion. It is known as sulfate ion. OH minus is known as hydroxyl ion. Okay. Now there are two things we have discussed. One is anode and one is cathode. Okay, one is anode and one is cathode. Okay, so before discussing that, we will discuss, we have cations and we have anions. What is cations? Cations are positive charge or positive ion. What is an ion? An ion is negative ion. So cation means positive ion. So positive ion is H plus. Again here positive ion is H plus. So only one cation is present, and that is H plus. Got it? Now come to anions. What are anions? Negative ions are called anions. So OH minus, minus means negative. So one anion is present here, and SO4 2 minus means other anion is given by sulfuric acid. So two anions are there. So write here OH minus and SO4. Got it? One cation is there, H plus, and two anions means two negative charge, OH minus and SO4 2 minus, one positive charge, H plus. Okay. So we have three things. One is H plus, one is OH minus, and other is SO4 2 minus. Got it? Okay. I told you anode is positive and cathode is negative. This is negative, this is positive. And you know, opposite charges attracts each other. So if it is cation, means if it is having positive charge, so it will be attracted towards the negative charge. Means H plus will be attracted towards the cathode, and OH minus and SO4 2 minus is having negative charge. So negative charge will be attracted towards the positive charge, and I told you anode is positive. So these two will be attracted towards the anode. Got it? Now we have two things. One is anode and one is cathode. So right here I am going to rub this. Oh no, okay. I will discuss here. At anode, at cathode. Okay. So what will happen? At anode we have seen OH minus and SO4 2 minus. Okay. Are means attracted towards anode, means at anode OH minus and SO4 2 minus are present. Okay. And at cathode means negative charge, positive charge will be there, means H plus is present at the cathode. Got it? Now there is one term, and that is discharge. Okay. So what means what is discharging? Discharging means nothing. Simply, if it is anion, then the process of becoming anion to atom. And if it is cation, then the process of becoming atom from cation. Got it? What is discharging? Discharging is if it is present in form of anion, then it will be converted into atom, and if it is present as cation, then it will be converted into atom. So if it is anion, means it is having negative charge, means excess of electrons are there. So how will it get discharged? Simply by releasing electron. Okay. And if it is cation, means if it is positive charge, so if positive charge means it have lack of electrons. Okay. So if it will get electron, then it will convert into atom. So cation accepts electron, means cation plus electron becomes atom, and anion releases electron. So anion to atom plus electrons are released. So this is the concept of discharging. Now what happens? OH minus and SO4 2 minus are present at the anode. So what happens? There means both these two are in the race to be discharged first. Okay, but what happens? OH minus have lower discharge potential value. Lower discharge potential so if OH minus have lower discharge potential, then OH minus is preferred over SO4 2 minus, because OH minus is having lower discharge potential value. Okay, it is higher class thing, higher section thing. So for this class you have to understand OH minus have lower discharge potential, and that's why it will get preference over SO4 2 minus, and from here OH minus gets discharged, means OH minus to OH and plus electron releases, plus 1 electron releases. Got it? Here it is H plus. I told you H plus will be discharged by accepting electron, because here it is lacking electron. So this electron which is produced during the discharging of OH minus, okay, is accepted by this H plus and becomes H, and at the same time so many atoms are discharging. Okay, means some more hydrogen atom are present there, so it will form H plus as H2 gas, and OH means so many OH are present there, so OH and OH will form H2O plus O2 gas. Got it? Means at the cathode, this is very important. Okay, listen this carefully. At the cathode, hydrogen gas is produced. At the cathode, hydrogen gas is produced. This is cathode. So here H2 gas is produced. And at the anode, oxygen gas is produced. So this is anode, and here O2 gas is produced. Got it? I told you electrolysis is the decomposition. Okay, so decomposition using electricity. Okay, so here when battery is connected, means electricity is passing through this electrolytic chamber, and due to the passing of electricity, okay, electrolysis took place. Okay, and due to the electrolysis, H2O, okay, broken down into oxygen gas and hydrogen gas. Means this is decomposition of water molecule into oxygen and hydrogen. Okay, so coming back to the definition of electrolysis. What is electrolysis? Electrolysis is the decomposition, okay, using electricity. So here decomposition of H2O using electricity when it is connected to a battery. Okay, and now you will see bulb is glowing here. Okay, okay, so main thing is at anode oxygen gas is produced, and at cathode hydrogen gas is produced during the electrolysis of water. Now I am going to discuss overall reactions. Okay, so I am going to rub this, and it is overall reaction. I have discussed everything with you. Okay, just I want to discuss overall reaction. So write here overall reaction. 4H2O molecule decomposes into 4H plus ion plus 4OH minus ion. Got it? Then these 4OH minus, because this is negative, 2H2O plus O2 gas plus 1 OH minus releases 1 electron and 4 OH minus is present here. So 4 electrons will be released. So plus 4 electron, and this reaction is taking place at anode. We have discussed it earlier. So this is taking place at anode. At anode. Again, hydrogen will, means H plus ion will also discharge this 4H plus ion, 4H plus ion takes the electron, 4 electron, okay, released by this 4OH minus ion plus 4 electrons, and it gets discharged into 2H2, gets discharged into 2H2, and this is taking place at cathode. Now overall reaction will be 4H2O, look carefully, 4H2O, 2H2O, means it will be 2H2O, okay, 4H2O minus 2H2O, it will be 2H2O, 4H plus ion is here, 4H plus is here, both will be cancelled out, okay, then 4OH minus is here, 4OH minus is here, both will be cancelled out, okay, then 4 electron is here, 4 electron is here, both will be cancelled out, so 4H2O minus 2H2O, it is 2H2O, 2, it is 2H2O, okay, plus 2H2O, 4, okay, 2H2, okay, then here it is O2, sorry, H2, 2H2 plus O2, and both are gases, so write G in bracket. So this is the overall reaction, okay, taking place during the electrolysis of water. This is the overall reaction, taking place during the electrolysis of acidified water. So what? Hydrogen gas is formed at the cathode. So hydrogen gas gets formed at cathode, and oxygen gas gets formed on the anode. Got it? So this is electrolysis of water. Okay, and during electrolysis of water, water decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, when electricity is passed through. Got it? So electrolysis of water is over, and there will be electrolysis of some more elements. Okay, not element, compounds. In fact, you will be studying electrolysis of NaCl and then electrolysis of Al2O3. Okay, so electrolysis of NaCl can take place in two ways. First way is you simply heat NaCl, then it will get converted into molten state from solid state, and then in molten state you can perform electrolysis of NaCl. And second way is to make it aqueous, means add some water into it, and as you will add some water into NaCl, NaCl will become aqueous. Now it will be conducting in nature, and you can perform the electrolysis of NaCl. Okay, so your homework is, means you have to do by yourself. Okay, you have to think how electrolysis of molten or electrolysis of aqueous NaCl will take place. Okay, and in next lecture I will briefly discuss about electrolysis of NaCl. Okay, and then we will be discussing our next topics. Okay, thank you.